Yeah, hi there, Aqeel. This is Michael. Welcome to my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. I think earlier this morning you subscribed to my course, and you've also made a comment over at my website. You say, I've got 70 on the IBT last month, but I need 80. The reading was 17, listening was 18, speaking 20, writing was 15. So you need to gain more points in the reading, listening, and the writing areas of the course. Am I right? So I think this is very possible. You're probably looking at about 1 to 2 months for you to reach your goal. Now, I think it's very important for you right now, based on your score, to really take a look at my vocabulary lessons. And specifically, let me go to the course right now, and I can give you some feedback. I would plan for the next 60 days for the vocabulary part of my course, try to budget or set time, maybe 3 days a week, to focus on the following lessons. Here we go. You want to focus on lesson number 3, lesson 4, 5, and 6. These are excuse me, got a cold. These are very important because if you learn the words in these lessons, your vocabulary improves by 1,700 words. And that's going to be very, very important for you for your TOEFL, for all aspects of the TOEFL. So again, budget time for the next 60 days, 3 days a week, you're spending time studying these specific vocabulary lessons. Trust me, there's enough information there to keep you busy for those 60 days, 3 days a week. Now also, about 3 days a week, you want to make sure you're reading about 45 minutes, and you want to do that with either magazines, newspapers, or longer books. So also schedule at least 3 days a week where you're reading 45 minutes from whatever you can get your hands on. Now, the other thing, spend at least 3 or 4 days a week, actually more than that, probably every day if possible, watch TV, including Discovery Channel, History Channel, news channels, documentaries, any type of program that has a fairly high level of English and is talking about history or something along those lines. That's going to be very good for your listening. Now, if you do those 3 things, right, again, vocabulary, reading, and listening practice, you do those things on a weekly basis for the next 60 days, you're already on your road to improving your TOEFL, right? You'll do much, much better. Now, obviously, I have 530 lessons. It's not possible for you to finish everything in 60 days, and you don't have to finish everything in 60 days, but obviously you want to work in the vocabulary part of my course. You want to probably do some pronunciation practice and some speaking practice. I think the grammar part of my course is going to be very, very important for you. I would suggest that you complete all of the exercises in grammar lesson number 7. All of them. That's going to take you to a website, and focus on the grammar and the writing exercises at that website. In the listening part of my course, I have about 40 practice tests. That's going to be good for your listening, and also go through all the listening lessons, and that's going to get you more used to what to do during the TOEFL exam. Now, during the reading part of my course, Aqeel, and I know that you need about 3 more points in that area, I would encourage you to do 2 things with the reading part of my course. Number 1, increase your reading speed to about 300 words a minute with 80% comprehension. That's going to be very important for you. Number 2, make sure you review all of the IBT lessons that talk about the question types and the strategies for answering the IBT reading questions. I think that gives you, I think it's lessons number 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 in the reading part of my course. So that's going to be very useful for you. Now, for the writing, I got good news for you, my friend. If you're willing to work, you will definitely get better. I have 40 independent writing practice test. If I were you, I would complete 3 to 5 independent writing practice tests every day between now and when you take the TOEFL. Now, the same thing, take about maybe 3 to 5 integrated practice tests each week that you're one of my students, and until you take the TOEFL. Now go through all of my writing lessons. I have some really good lessons on how to organize your independent and integrated writing practice, your writing tasks for the TOEFL. So you want to make sure you review those lessons that will help you in those areas. So I have enough information here, and don't panic. You probably look at my course and say, oh wow, you know, this is a lot of information. But take your time. It takes about 3 days of just kind of going through my course, reading. I think go to each section. For example, the vocabulary section, I have an introduction that talks about how this section works. Take some time to read that. I do that with all the other sections of my course. So for the next 3 days, kind of get used to how my course works. So that's going to be important for you. And then begin completing practice tests. Now, with the pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests, these will be scored either by me or by my TOEFL IBT speaking and writing specialist. We will try to get those practice tests scored in about 24 hours of your completing them. Alright, so again, welcome to my course, my online course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. Be patient. Over the next few days, you will get more and more familiar with how my course works. Remember that I can't be there with you in person to show you everything, so it's up to you to take some time to learn a little bit about my course. Alright, thank you from the bottom of my heart for becoming one of my students. And because in the next day or so we're going to have a new year, I want to wish you a happy new year 2013. And I'm sure that I will be hearing from you over the next few weeks. And remember, anytime you have a question about any aspect of my online course, it might be a writing practice test that you took, it could be something involved with the speaking or the reading part of my course, maybe you have trouble viewing a video. For example, you want to make sure that you have the latest version of Adobe Flash and also JavaScript. You know, these are important plugins that you use for your browser, for example Firefox or Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. You need to have these plugins in order to view a lot of the videos at my website and to complete the practice test and the quizzes at my website. Alrighty, and all the best to your high scoring TOEFL success.